Hey guys, Robert Herrera here with Punkvideosrock.com. We're hanging out at Angels and Kings with Louis. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you, Robert?
Doing great. For those that don't know, Louis is founder of Hopeless Records, correct? President?
Whatever you want to call me.
So today is a special event. We just reached a milestone of $2 million raised for charity. So how did that start up with you?
12 years ago, we at Hopeless got the wild idea that we could connect bands and fans and causes that they're passionate about, and that we could raise awareness and funds for important causes and great organizations through the voice of bands. And so we started putting out our first release, which was the Take Action compilation, which with a bunch of bands on it, and then we started the Take Action tour that same year to take the same concept to the road. That first release benefited an organization I was involved with called the Foundation Fighting Blindness, and since then, in 1999, we've put out over 40 releases through Subsidy, done the Take Action tour every year, worked with over 400 bands, from small developers just starting out in their career all the way to platinum and gold selling artists like Paramore and Avenged Sevenfold and them, and now here we are.
You guys pretty much started.
$2 million. So
How was the money raised though? How did the bands contribute as far as raising the money?
There's lots of ways in which we raise awareness and money. The main two are put out releases where 5% of the retail price is donated to a nonprofit chosen by the artist. Half of that comes from the band's royalties and half is matched by us, the label. So that equals about 35 cents a record. And then as far as the Take Action tour, 10% of the gross door receipts go to a nonprofit each year. So those are the main two ways in which we raise the money.
Okay. And how long did you expect to reach this milestone? And if so, how long did you think it was going to take?
I don't know that I had an expectation of an amount of time. I think we started Subsidy just thinking, let's see what happens. We hope this works. We think bands have a voice that people will listen to, and that charities will be really interested in getting involved with. And we just started the journey without knowing where the end was going to be. The first 1 million took about 7 years, so we're speeding up the process here, and hopefully we'll hit the 5 million faster than we got to the first two.
At the rate it's going, I don't doubt it's going to happen.
Hope so.
Aside from that, my main question was, obviously you're helping out charities, so it's like a positive thing to do. So why the name Hopeless for the record label?
Well, when I started Hopeless in 1993, it was there wasn't a business plan. It wasn't thought out like, I'm going to start a record label. I was going to film school at Cal State Northridge, and a band I was doing a music video for, Guttermouth, dared me to put out a 7-inch for them, and I thought, this would be fun. I don't know anyone in the music industry, so I went and bought a book called How to Run an Independent Record Label and just worked my way through it. But when I was putting the artwork together, I noticed on all the records I had, there's always a label connected to it, and I was following labels like Epitaph and Lookout, and so I thought, okay, I got to have a label name. So the first thing that came to me was the name of the first song on the 7-inch, which was called Hopeless. Hindsight, could have been a worse name, could have been a better name. It is what it is. I like to say if we called it Parent Approved Records, probably wouldn't have done as well.
How do you feel about the bands that you guys have acquired? They started young, and now they've like you said earlier, they've gotten platinum and such.
It's an amazing feeling, like watching a band like an Avenged Sevenfold or an All Time Low, and seeing them in front of like 10 kids and breaking strings and not knowing how to restring their guitars, to then seeing them in an arena with 10, 20,000 people singing along to every word of every song. So it's a really gratifying feeling, and we've got an amazing roster of bands now. I really think we have sort of not just the coolest roster of bands, but also ones that fans are going to really love. I mean, everything from like Wonder Years to We Are the In Crowd, Dangerous Summer. We picked up Yellow Card and Silverstein, so we're now working with established artists, and so it's exciting times.
That's good. Good. What else do you guys have, or what else do you have planned out for the charities from now on?
Well, we're already starting to work on Take Action Tour for next year and what bands, what charities. So we're looking at a bunch of different organizations right now. We just put in a lo-fi studio in our warehouse, and we're going to have bands come in and record acoustic and then sell those tracks, and the proceeds go to a charity that they choose. We're going to call it Take Action Tracks. So we're just always trying to find ways we can incorporate what we already do into connecting it to the causes that bands and fans care about.